Hello ladies and gentlemen, MarauderEX here back with more Let's Play Skies of Arcadia, and we are still here in the Temple of Pyron, the Magma Walkway. We're gonna go all the way back this way and go deal with an optional fight. I didn't do this one in the last episode because it's not a hard fight by any means. It's going to become a hard fight later on. We'll get into that here in a second. So this sarcophagus here, like any of the other sarcophagi, when we open it, we will have a kind of scripted battle. This one, however, will not be with the Magma Tikis. It will be with a new character who will more than likely be a reoccurring thorn in our side. So this is Sylvan Bane. He is a infamous treasure hunter who appears in random dungeons throughout the game. Actually, I think they're all pretty scripted, but he appears in those dungeons as a kind of random encounter. Each time you face him, he becomes more and more difficult. This time, he's not going to be too dangerous. We are going to... We're going to attack, and we're going to use a Glyph of Might on Vice, and we're going to build up Spirit, and we're going to hit him with a Cutlass Fury to the face, is what we're going to do. So, this fight, not particularly difficult. He does have one attack that is kind of a threat called Explosion, or Burst. Yeah, that will do a fair bit of damage. If we were any lower level, it would probably do closer to the neighborhood of like 700. So yeah, we wanna look out for that. But that really is his biggest attack and his biggest threat in this fight. And with the Glyph of Might, we're doing 700 damage ourselves. So he's pretty much done. He got a counterattack in because he's not quite dead, but Fina will get the finish blow in on him, and our first Sylvan Bane encounter done.
That wasn't so bad.
That wasn't so bad, Vice, but it will get worse. He gets his difficulty curve increases sharply, and by sharply I mean ridiculously. I think the next fight we get, he won't be too much more of a threat than what we dealt with now. But then the fight after that, he can be just impossible. Just ridiculously impossible. So we got the Rune of Ill Omen, which has no use other than selling it, I believe. I will look that one up when I'm done with the Temple of Pyron, just to confirm that one, but I'm pretty sure it's just for money. It's just for a ridiculous amount of money. Alright, one thing we are going to do is we're going to have Fina cast Cure, because Vice did take a burst to the face. And we want everyone to be at full, because we are going to be fighting the boss. And I'm not even going to bother saving it, because if we took on Sylvan Bane, this boss fight, it's going to be pretty much the same as what we just did. We're going to be using a Glyph of Might, and we're going to be punching it in the face as hard as possible with Vice's, sword fists. Alright, so the fact that there is a whirlpool in the lava is disturbing enough, but there is a giant worm thingy coming out of it. That's really disheartening. But really, all I can think of now that I'm playing this is the premium disc battles of Shining Force 3, because they're just, heads coming out of, disembodied goo, but it is the boss of this dungeon. We are no stranger to boss fights. We're going to keep our purple weapons on to help maximize the damage, and we are going to Glyph of Might it up, and we are going to Glyph of Speed it up. I could use a Glyph of Might on everyone to raise their defense as well, but I'm not going to worry about that. I think I'll use Enkram.
Here goes.
It'll cut a little bit of into my spirit, but we'll get Glyph of Might and then Quicka
Let's try this.
with the Glyph of Speed, which I think that's our first time seeing that, actually. Don't really use a lot of blue magic. That increases our speed so that we get a higher priority for turn order. And I wanted to focus Enkrum on Aka, or not Aka, Fina, because Fina is going to be our healer. And I'm glad I did that now, because Volcanic Blast, not fun. That is his big AoE. So we can see it did a fair bit of damage to everyone. And what do we want to do? Ice Magic will do a fair bit of damage to him. I'm going to see if Ice Magic by itself will do anything more, or if her attack would do more. I'm pretty sure Ice Magic by itself will do more than her regular attacks. And no, well, actually yeah, she was doing about 88 per hit, so build up a little more. And Cinder Storm is single target. I actually think it's not a single target, I think it's one of the cone attacks. But I'm pretty sure it can also cause stone, so we really don't want that to happen. And attack, and we will heal. She will probably need to heal. We don't want her to die in the middle of this fight, because anyone who dies doesn't get the experience at the end of the battle, and we don't want that. Alright, so over 1,000 points of damage to him. We have a Glyph of Might, so I'm not entirely sure. I don't think the effects stack, so if I cast Glyph of Might or Enkrum again, I don't think it would increase any more than it already does. So supposedly some effects do, or at least there's talk about some of them, so I don't know. I'm very curious. You know, I love seeing the math of games like this, of how they break down. And speaking of breaking down, we beat the boss.
We won! We won!
Yeah, that's I was expecting this fight to go on for, you know, another round, but apparently not. And everyone's going to level up off that. And 4 magic XP and a Rizlam box. Also, we got a seed from the Sylvan Bane fight that I did not discuss. But we also have the Rizlam box now. We had the Vital Seed from before. We now have Parenta Seed, and we got the Rizlam box. Spell Rizlam. So, I also have a Cham that I didn't use. 2 Chams that why have I not been using these Chams? Ah! Speaking of what? It was beeping like there was a Cham nearby. Or it could have just been that I used a Cham. We use its dead body to walk across. Yeah, no more beeping. I'm pretty sure there's not a Cham in here. I'm pretty sure we're good on this. Because after this, we should have the Red Moon Crystal. Yeah, that's the altar of the Red Moon Crystal. We can see it glowing there. It's very, very pretty. Look at it. Yeah, this is a moon crystal. Not anything really like a moonstone. I'm getting weak in the knees just looking at it. It was created by distilling a moonstone into its purest form. Moon crystals are pure energy. Crystal has a power of tens of thousands of moonstones. So it's powerful enough to power a Gigas, but I wonder if we could just use it as, you know, a never-ending battery for anything else. And obviously it doesn't decrease in power over, you know, thousands of years. Yeah, a lot. The old world was destroyed, kind of, you know. I love the sentiment. It's like if we help people instead of, you know, killing each other. Yeah, we really don't want to let Valua get their hand on that, so they're gonna have to take it off my dead body. Okay, that. Don't say things like that, Vice.
Thank you very much.
I love the voice acting that's just like, thank you. Like, it's reiterating the text, but much more concise. So we get the Red Moon Crystal. And naturally, that gives us an alternate way out of the temple, obviously, because going back out the way we came, not going to be as easy because, you know, there's falling boulders, and we'd be running into falling boulders, and the game's not that evil. It really isn't. One thing I'm going to do, however, we have a save point here. I'm going to save it. We've got plenty of time in this episode, but there's stuff coming up, and I want to make sure I have a save file. You know, that's just how it works. So let's leave the temple now that we've beaten Sylvanbane and the Rockworm. Let's see how our dancer friend is faring. I hope you weren't too worried about us. Well, yes we did. Would it be all right if I took a look at it? No, don't hand over the most powerful battery energy source to someone you've met like an hour ago. Because she said Lord Galcian. Okay, yeah. This possibly could not have been, you know, a ruse. Because she probably doesn't have, you know, Valuan soldiers. What I want to know is how did Valuan soldiers get all this way into the Nasser Kingdom without being noticed? And so she takes off that to reveal that she was wearing more clothes underneath. What? But it's Belisa, 4th Admiral of the Imperial Armada. Specialize in covert operations. So being a lying, thieving bitch is your specialty. Good to know. Or, Belisa. Oh, she was telling the truth. I never said my father was from Nasser. He was a Valuan soldier, and he did die in battle. I want to put an end to all wars so no one has to go through what I went. If the world was united under one rule, there would be no need for war. So you want to remove people's freedoms and just oppress them the same way that your own people... Like, you really don't see the hypocrisy in this? Hey, that empty slot that I mentioned earlier totally wasn't a thing. It's... Oh, crap. She's waking up the Gigas. Ah, crap, he got out. This... I like that. This is bad, right? Yep. I command you... Oh, so you're just... I love how they're gonna kill us, even though we kinda need to get the other Gigas. So they're just gonna be content with one. She's using the power of the Red Moon Crystal to awaken him. Yeah, we're kinda boned. Yeah, run. Just run. You really don't have too much of an alternative at the moment. Because now we get to lay our eyes on a Gigas for the first time. And it's not a good thing. It's so not a good thing. At all. The level of bone. Okay, the faces are moving. Yeah, that's the Gigas. I do kind of question the design choices of the weapons of the old world. You're gonna make a creature with 4 heads. Those weren't statues, they were its heads. And now it's awake, and now it's pissed off at us. It's looking right at us. We should probably leave. And now that it's locked in on us, it's gonna fire. It's a fire in its laser. I'm a charging my laser. And it comes out of its mouth too, so this is the perfect joke for that. I'm a firing my laser. Oh, something hit it and knocked the laser off course, just enough. Except, that's still a ridiculously destructive force. Hey, Drachma came back for us. Thanks for, not being a complete tool. Maybe we can take that thing out in the little jack. No. No. I'm gonna leave a little bit of this fight in. So, Annalisa, the ship is rescuing them. Yeah, we should... Her ship, the Lynx, that was the one that Drachma saw. So, he knew that she was, not who she said she was. And I love how she apparently has a thing for Vice, even though she's trying to kill him.
Heya!
You came back, just in time. No, it didn't. By that thing, yeah. I just want to find a whale. Let's treat it like a practice run for when I finally fight the whale. Okay. Yeah, the little jet can't take a direct hit from that. Drachma has rejoined the party. And this is a ship battle. Like I said, I'm going to leave a little bit of it in. But this is a ship battle we cannot win. We are in no way, shape, or form capable of winning against the Red Gigas. Do you have any ideas on how to fight this thing? Yeah, no. Stay up high and see what he does for now. So, yeah, we are going to basically just do what we can to do some damage to him, and then just guard. That's about all we can do. And to show you that there's nothing we can do about this fight, we did 130 points of damage. Its health bar did not move at all. Like, at all. Granted, that was a sub-cannon, so not the highest amount of damage that we can output, but this is a sub-cannon and a main cannon together. And sadly, one of them missed, so still only 200. This fight, it's not winnable. It's not. We are going to, about several turns in, have the option of retreating for now, which will continue the story. There's nothing like, we could probably hit it with the Moonstone Cannon, and it would do that would actually dent its health bar a little bit. But I don't think they ever really give us the option of using the Moonstone Cannon, because I think that would actually give it the ability to, make this fight winnable. And thankfully we did not take full damage because we were guarding that turn, but that still did 2,000 points of damage on a guard. I can't believe it. I've never seen such destructive power before. And again, we're going to cast Incrum for one, because that'll raise our defense even more. We're going to guard. And we are going to fire some cannons. So now our attack and defense has been increased. And normally our strategy thus far has been Incrum and then a major single target attack to do as much damage to anyone as possible. So we will see what happens when we take a hit with this. And it's going to do Red Ray again. Yep. I think that's its only real attack is Red Ray. And that time it did 3,000 points of damage. And I had Incrum and was defending. So it's just going to get progressively strong. 200 with the 3-inch cannon. And he's assessing damage. Not anything major there. Not. And our major hit. 200. So yeah, his health bar still not moving at all. And he's pretty much able to one-shot us at this point. So this is the deal. This is not a fight we can win through sheer force. There's got to be something we can do. Yeah, we can't. We can avoid his attacks. When I saved, I mean pick you kids up, I used the cannons to throw it off balance. If we were to concentrate our cannon fire right before it attacks, we may throw its aim off. So, hey, we do have an option to use the Moonstone Cannon. But I'm going to go ahead and end this episode here, because we've got a little bit more that we can do in this fight. So I will see you guys in the next installment, where we continue off from dealing with the Red Gigas. Till then, later everyone.